the main character in this game is Will. And he's a cargo pilot that basically is flying a routine shipment across the Bermuda Triangle.
Nothing routine about that.
There's never anything routine about that. And then his plane ends up crashing into this place called the Void. And the Void is ruled by this alien race called Watchers that is responsible for the pyramids, as well as in the original timeline, you know, enslaving the human race and what have you. But eventually they got pushed back to the Void, and now they're basically ruling over people that have been born on that Void, and they see them as gods. Now there's other groups in the Void called survivors that are other people like Will who have also crashed, like normal people like you and me, like bankers and what have you, but they know that these people aren't gods, and they know that these are just this alien race and they're trying to fight against it. And Will is basically trying to stop the Watchers from coming back into our world because they're trying to come back and rule over us again by manipulating events of World War II. So right now, this is the first level where the player finally gets to experience the rocket pack. All the other levels before that, the player is earning pieces of a rocket pack. He starts on foot. He's pretty much playing like Gears, and then later he gets the hover pack.
Oh, good scale. That's a
we tried to give something different every single level, so they felt like, oh well, this is a different game. First you start with on foot, then you start with the hover pack, then you start with vertical combat, then you end up getting a flight, and then from that point on, you integrate them all together and mix them up in very different ways.
That's cool.
To keep it variation. Because you figure, Gears pretty much made an entire game off one gameplay concept. We got like 4, right?
Yeah.
So in this beginning spot, we basically are doing a small tutorial on flight because it's the first time to learn. The controls here are pretty much what you'd expect from Crimson Sky's team. It's very intuitive and very obvious if you've ever played Crimson Skies. And I don't know if you think you pick it up, but there's some dialogue going on. But telling him, he's going to tell you to take out the communication towers after he tells you to move. Oh, and we got the lovely voice actor of, I always forget his name, but it's the same guy who did Uncharted.
Who did what?
Who did Uncharted.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you
yeah.
So you got machine guns on there.
Oh, you have to, dude. That was almost the first thing we did. I was like, you know what? I want to shoot stuff on this. And these rocket pack guns can be upgraded as well as all the hand weapons that you pick up. Very cool. So what you're trying to do is trying to disable this shield. Basically, a group of survivors have escaped this prison area and have hijacked the Watcher airship and are trying to get out. But these two bases here are basically controlling that shield. And so, right here you're going to see some special maneuvers.
Oh, cool. Does it auto-target a little bit for you?
Auto-aim? It auto-aims slightly, but not like to the same degree as what happens on foot. Because the thing is, you need to, for dogfighting to really work, you need to be able to lead your target. So when you're pulling up, and you gotta put your target ahead of them. You know, have it in front. Because if you remove that and add super auto-aim to it, then you pretty much throw game. You pretty much just have to point and shoot. But one of the things that we are doing to help with that is that we're trying to compensate for the lead. So the reticle won't turn red necessarily on the enemy, but will turn red in front of the enemy based on how fast he's going and how fast you're going.
Cool.
So this is one of the big things, is just the fact that we can seamlessly go straight into on foot. Now I'm on foot. There's no there's no I'm playing the air section, I'm playing the on foot section. It's like I'm doing both at the same time.
Now, how does the cover system work? Is it like Gears of War? Is it more like Ghost Recon?
No. It's really off of the Gears of War system. It feels very much like if you play Gears of War, but one big difference between us and Gears of War is the fact that, yes, I can take cover and peek out, whatever, but guess what? I can jump over cover and hover around it, which is a very big difference. As soon as you add that, here's a little slug guy. These creatures live in the suits, so those things that you're fighting aren't robots. They're actually, they're all vehicles. We don't have any robots in our games. All we have are vehicles.
Cool.
Just different sizes. But yeah, so you can take cover, do that, you know, jump over cover just like you would experience in Gears. But again, adding the ability to go, you know what, I just want to hover around here, take out these guys. Now this guy is a kamikaze. You'll see why we call him that. Because he pops, creates this energy field to get you away. If you're in there, you'll get hurt. Now, what's nice about that character is the fact that he's one of those characters that if I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm going to play it safe, I'm going to stay right here the entire time and not do anything, he's one of those guys who will break you out of it.
Gotcha.
Right? He'll run up to you and you'll be like, oh god, I got to get out of here, because that field goes through it.
How long is your single player campaign?
9 to 10 hours.
9 to 10, alright, cool.
So, this guy right here is the disintegrator gun. I don't know if you've seen the guy with the suit. He's got one of them. You can actually hold it.
Oh.
It's heavy. And so, as it's basically said, it's essentially disintegrator there.
Very cool.
And what I'm trying to do right here is basically disable the shield to get inside the center, the meaty center. So I'm going to disable this lower shield right here. And now I'm going to fly back out and show you the other part of gameplay that we have. That basically, with the flight, we ended up adding, you know, the mix of on foot and on flight, and the flight had this very three-dimensional feel to it. And one of the things that was missing is that we really wanted to have that three-dimensional feel on foot as well. And what our lead designer came up with was this concept of vertical combat, which is essentially the same concept of you take your cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you see how I just instantly transition there. It's like no hitches, no nothing. So now I'm in cover, and I do SWAT turns exactly the same like I would, with the added bonus that if I hit the X button here, I jump up.
Wow.
And now everything changes, right? Now if I toss a dynamite, it's going to come back down. Right? But that's one of the things that we specifically designed around. It was like, okay, well, yeah, that's going to suck if it keeps coming back down at me. So it's got a fuse on it. So I can pop it in the air. Right? And that was specifically designed around this concept.
Very cool.